Well, a good Monday to you. The Seahawks lost control of their playoff destiny Sunday with a 27-24 loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Despite scoring to take its first lead of the day early or make that late in the fourth quarter, Seattle could not keep Sam Darnold out of the end zone one more time, and the Vikings held on for the win. Let's take a look at it. Minnesota took the opening kickoff right down the field with Darnold finding Jordan Addison for the touchdown. The Vikings take the early lead, trailing 7-0. Geno Smith would find DK Metcalf on a 25-yard scoring strike. That tied the game at 7-7. Darnold went back to work, however, finding Jordan Jefferson on an 18-yard touchdown pass to put the Vikings up 14-7 at this point. Well, Geno would throw the first of two costly interceptions of the day on this play. It was Seattle's next possession, setting up the Vikings with a big field goal to take a 17-7 lead at that point. The field goal forthcoming. Here it is. The right footer through the uprights, 52 yards away, and the lead is now 10. Geno went to work, connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigma on an 18-yard touchdown pass with 20 seconds left in the half. That made it 17-14. Some mo heading into the halftime break. Jason Myers would make it a 17-17 game on a 43-yard field goal in the third quarter, only to see Minnesota reclaim the lead on this 48-yard field goal. So back and forth we go. Smith found A.J. Barner with 4:21 left in the third on a third and goal to give Seattle its first lead of the game, 24-20. But Sam Darnold wasn't done yet. They answered right back after we see this celebration here with a 30-second later hitting Jefferson on a 39-yard bomb between two defenders to put the Vikings back on top, 27-24. Seattle worked the ball downfield to give Jason Myers a shot from 60 yards out, but the field goal came up just short. Seahawks used their timeouts and would sack Darnold on a third and long, forcing a punt, and they'd have one more shot. Seahawks get the ball back in their end of the field deep, and Geno is intercepted. Minnesota hangs on for the 27-24 victory. It was not fun to watch. Coach Mike Macdonald stood in shock afterwards.
It's a great football game. We got to give Minnesota a lot of credit. You know, the reason that their record is what it is and what their record is in one-score games, because they're a good football team. We hung right in there. We had an opportunity to win the game, and we didn't. You know, there's things in all three phases that we can do better, but we also did a lot of great things, give ourselves a chance to win. And so we're on a short week, so we got to go back to work in about an hour. We'll be back and we'll rock it. We got a good plan, but fate is not in our hand. Our destiny is not in our hands right now, which is tough. But we have still a ton of football to play for. I mean, break here or there, we're right back in it and we're rolling. So, you know, we'll dust ourselves off, chin up, chest out, and move forward, and onward we go.
Geno Smith had 2 interceptions. He says they were all his fault.
You know, it's always tough when you don't get a win. You know, I thought our guys fought, you know, throughout the entire game. You know, I thought our offensive line protected me well. You know, we gave ourselves a shot, obviously didn't get it done. You know, not how we wanted to close it out at home, but, you know, got a short week, got to get back to it, man. We got to get our minds right and get back to work.
Can you take us to what you saw in the final play there?
It's an interception, man. Anything you see that goes wrong, put it on me. Anything that don't look right, put it on me.
Seattle dropped to 8-7 with the loss, and now will have to win out and get help in order to make the playoffs. While the Seattle was losing Sunday, Arizona also eliminated from any playoff contention with a 36-30 overtime loss to Carolina. Rams took another step towards the NFC West title with a 19-9 win against the Jets. San Francisco dropped to 6-9 with a 29-17 loss to the Dolphins. First round of the college football playoffs, no surprises. The favorite teams all won handily. Notre Dame ended Indiana's season Friday 27-17. Penn State rolled over SMU Saturday 38-10. Texas beat Clemson, although the final score doesn't really show how much they dominated. 38-24 the final. Ohio State blew the doors off Tennessee 42-17. That sets up the second round. Notre Dame facing Georgia in the All-State Sugar Bowl New Year's Eve at 5:45 on ESPN. Triple header New Year's Day kicks off at 10 a.m. on ESPN with Texas against Arizona State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Bowl. That's followed at 2 o'clock by the Rose Bowl presented by Prudential with Ohio State facing Oregon. The Verbo Fiesta Bowl at 4:30 features Penn State and Boise State, also on ESPN. Well, after a 6-2 drubbing by Vegas Saturday, the Kraken finished off the pre-holiday NHL schedule with a 5-2 loss at Colorado last night. Seattle held a brief lead at one point, but couldn't hold on, with the Avalanche adding a couple of goals down the stretch on empty netters. Seattle reconvenes in Vancouver after Christmas Saturday afternoon. That'll be at 1 o'clock on King 5 and Kong TV. Backtracking to the weekend in prep hoops, we'll start it off with the boys on Friday. Ephrata dumped Quincy in the Battle of the Basin. Kashmir won at home against Natchez Valley. Chelan had no trouble with Cascade. Tonasket topped Colville. Okanagan nipped Napavine. Adna edged Brewster. Nia Bay nipped Manson. Ediot down Curlew. Oroville beat Wilson Creek. On the girls' side on Friday, that is, Quincy edged Ephrata in the female version of the Battle of the Basin. Kashmir got by Natchez Valley. Chelan beat Cascade. Napavine topped Okanagan. Colville took down Tonasket. It was Rainier edging Brewster by 1. Curlew clobbered Ediat. Oroville edged Wilson Creek. Pateras beat Nia Bay 52-30. Boys basketball on Saturday. Pasco topped Wenatchee. Moses Lake fell at Ridgeline. Sela blew out Ephrata. Quincy quieted Othello. Royal won at Kashmir. Waterville Mansfield down Cascade. Napavine topped Brewster. Lake Roosevelt edged Nia Bay. Okanagan down Adna. Manson got by Kittitas. Girls play on Saturday. The scoreboard included Ridgeline beating Moses Lake 68-36. Sela skated past Ephrata. Royal edged Kashmir. Cascade popped Lake Roosevelt. Brewster beat Napavine. Rainier picked up a 56-37 win over Okanagan. Kittitas mauled Manson. Nia Bay got by Waterville Manson. Republic had no trouble with Oroville, winning 40-19. 4 games on the schedule today. Some already in the books. Moses Lake boys hosting Liberty of Renton. Kittitas hosting Okanagan. The girls and boys, and the Pateras girls are on the road at Tonasket. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.